6. Man Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust is loose. 80 knots, thrust set. 5500. 31. Rotate.
Well, hello, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another short notice mid-afternoon. We're simulating a little bit more of an evening time here stream. It's about, let's see, I got the stream set about 2.5 hours ahead of time, or maybe 3 hours ahead of time. I can't tell. But it should be a really fun flight. It's shaping up to be a great one. Man, I almost wanted to go early a few minutes ago because the live weather here, there was a massive thunderstorm rolling right past LaGuardia, and it was just popping right over the top of the CRJ. So I hope you guys are excited to see this stream. I'm ready to do it. I'm starting to really fall in love with this airplane. And it is, and I say that, you know, in SimWorld. I wouldn't want to fly the CRJ over the Airbus at all. But as far as simulation goes, I'm really enjoying flying this airplane. And from what I've gathered, I spoke with Phantom a little bit and other CRJ drivers. I mean, it was a fun plane to fly. They all seemed to kind of enjoy it. I guess the 200 was a little bit more of a nuisance, but I'm kind of getting that fun vibe with this airplane. It's almost like that right mix of automation between manual thrust levers, and you still got to do kind of the vertical speed all the time and mental mass. So it keeps you engaged. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Definitely not an expert at it by any means. I am looking forward to using my Bravo throttle. So I got the Bravo throttle you set up for this airplane. I'm no longer using the TCA stick or the TCA throttle because that thrust range thing just drives me nuts. I mean, you can fly with it, it's fine, but as far as the range of motion when I'm doing a visual approach, especially like we're going to be doing today, going into Portland, Maine again, I like to be able to just move the thrust levers, and the throw on the Bravo is just so much better and so much more suited. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited here, and let's get after it, huh? A couple shout outs to some members in chat. Christian, what is going on, man? Good to see you here. Fubar with you, my friend. Yes, we are on VATSIM with you, sir. What is going on? Anderson C, good to see you. Ginar Hofen, good to see you, man. I'm hoping the stream is going to be a little bit clear, man. We're going to see Microsoft Flight Sim tends to record a little bit more grainy, in my opinion, in general. But hopefully you'll notice at least somewhat of a difference in the stream quality, especially when panning camera angles. I'll get to that here in a minute. And if it's not 100% but better, at least I know my fixes are going in the right direction. So we'll keep an eye on that. GNR, welcome to the stream, man. Miss Jungles, of course, I think I already said you welcome. Anthony Anderson and Blue Bear, good to see you as well. So let's fire this thing up, guys. Let's go ahead. Old Cactus has got, I hated fueling those CRJs. Yeah, I never had to fuel it, so that's all right. Let's hop in here. Beautiful airplane, beautiful cockpit. I mean, everything in Flight Sim is just beautiful. So we're going to go battery switch on first. Battery is online. We'll go ahead and clear the cautions. We have the GPU hooked up, so I'm going to go right away and get the ground power in use. And then we're going to get some beautiful overhead lights on in here. We're going to just, this airplane is just really nice with the lighting. So I love getting the lighting set. Let's go ahead and no smoking. Seatbelts can come on. Let's hop back down to this lower pedestal here. We're going to get this panel, get the displays, the integral lighting set up. If I've timed this right, we should be doing that harbor visual right about sunset going into dusk, so it should be beautiful. We will see, but I do love these lighting. I'll get the displays up, some more integral lighting here, and I don't really need too much floodlight. We'll get a little bit of floodlight on there. All right, that looks good. Let's continue now with our overhead use. AC is in use. That looks good. Can this work? I don't know. We had that whole oh, look at that. That's cool. Does that shine anywhere down here? Not really, but that's cool. Clear that mass caution out. All right, we had our fire bottle extravaganza on the end of the last stream. At least we know they're push buttons now. Anything else? All right, we're going to go nav light on, beacon off, logo light on, wing inspection can stay off, everything else stays off. Hydraulics can stay off for now. And that is arm and reset for the emergency lights. We'll arm those. And air conditioning fan, let's go ahead and turn that on. This should be faulted because we don't have any packs. We'll go ahead and just leave those off right now. Air conditioning is on. Condition air on. Probes and window heats. We'll go ahead and get the left and right window heat to a low. Thank you for the new subscribes and the new members. It looks like 3 of them just popped in here. I don't know if YouTube is doing that weird thing where it does a bunch all at once, or if it is indeed people are joining the channel all at once. So again, I appreciate you guys joining the channel, becoming members. Alexandra Bellini. If you guys aren't aware, for the members out there, exclamation point welcome is give you just a basic rundown of your perks. But essentially, and I'll just give this a shout out here while we got a minute. We don't have a very long flight plan to tune in. But for all my members out there, if you're a private pilot member, you get access to the V1 After Dark Discord. Also get access to the podcast that I do. I should have another one coming out here in the next day or so. And then the commercial pilot members, they get a little bit more. And I also do shorts. So when I'm on traveling, real world stuff, I'll make a little short video, YouTube shorts. They call them between 15 seconds and 30 seconds long. Just kind of a very short, light attempt at a vlog of my day-to-day life in real life. So I do enjoy making those and sharing those experiences with you. I love the feedback, love the comments I get. So you do get some perks when you join the channel. I do appreciate every single one of you who support the channel that way. You guys are absolutely awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get this airplane loaded up here. Look at this. I even updated my Navigraph. How about that? Brad Swag, 650, coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Brad. He says, been a minute since I caught a live stream. Hope everything is well. Brad, thank you so much for your $10 donation. I really appreciate your support, and I'm glad to have you on board, man. It has been a while. I do recognize the name, but it's been a while, so I do appreciate you joining, man. Welcome. All right, here we go, Portland. Let's set, LaGuardia. That's where we are. FMS pause. We're going to go there. Next page. That's all good. All right, let's go flight plan. We're going to go garbage out to Portland, Maine. So we're going to see, and the reason I know we just flew into Portland, Maine, but The reason I wanted to do this was because I wanted to see what it looks like compared to X-Plane 11. I don't have any additional scenery up there, so we kind of have to deal with the default scenery, same like we do here in LaGuardia. But I'm just curious to see head-to-head, since it's fresh in our memory. We did that approach just a few days ago. Let's try it in FS 2020 here. All right, as far as the flight plan goes, I need to figure out what we're doing here. So let's just go ahead and execute that. Let's pull up a Navigraph. I don't think 1-3. So we're gonna go LaGuardia. See, I got this all in here now, but I don't remember how to manipulate this very well, so it gives me a minute to freshen my memory. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can take off 1-3. What's current wind here? Let's see if we can pick up an ATIS. 2705 for departure ATIS. I'm just curious, can I pick up a departure ATIS like this? .07.05. How do you switch it? I forget. There we go. No dice. Oh, it tried.
LaGuardia Airport information, Victor 2200.
Interesting, it's cutting out on us here. Chris Levin says, how do I see my membership status? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if you go to my memberships on YouTube, or like if you like on your own, if you click on your own icon and see what it's got, maybe that would do it. That's a great question though. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. All right, so I don't know why we're not getting any ATIS. All right, well, we'll scratch that. I guess we'll just plan for 1-3. All right, let's go ahead and go departure runway 13. And we don't have a departure procedure, so we're just gonna, and there's no ATC, so we're just gonna YOLO out of here. And our flight plan says, nope, not what I wanted. Close that out. Let's see, Deer Park, DPK, Calverton, and then gone. So let's go legs. We're gonna go direct to Deer Park. Under flight plan. Runway 13. Ah, dang it. Hold on. Next page. There we go. Direct to Deer Park, Calverton. If I recall, if you open the channel page, there should be a subscription tab. That might be it, Crow. Thank you. Interference from the thunderstorm. It might be, man. Kawati Mundi, salute to you all. Excellent. Alright, so after Calverton, let me pull this back up again. It's Golf Oscar November Providence. So Golf Oscar November. Then we're going direct to Providence, and then we're picking up an airway. I believe it's Kennebunk after that. J55 all the way to Kennebunk for the ILS 29. So we're going to go J55 to Kennebunk, which is Echo November Echo. Next page. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go departure arrival. We're going to select ILS 29 runways. Why do I not have... Oh, that's LaGuardia. Departure arrival. Portland arrival. There we go. ILS 29. Did we have an arrival file? Does not appear that we did. Alright. So we'll close that out. We'll just do vectors off Kennebunk for the ILS 29. That looks good to me. Execute that. Alright, so that is set. So we got our flight plan in there. Now we're going to go, we don't worry about that just yet. What I do want to do, come back here to the index. Nope, that's not what I want to do. VNAV, 18,000 transition altitude, 297.4, 250 at 10,000. That looks good. Perfinite, this is what I want. Our cruise altitude up to Portland, Maine will be flight level 290. We'll execute that. And now for passenger payload, I've got this set up. I was kind of dealing with this just before the stream started. So we're taking a full load, 70 people, 3,000 pounds of cargo, 6,100 pounds of fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and copy perf init data to FMS. There we go. So that should be in there now. Yes, it is. Beautiful. And we already did the VNAV. We already did the perf. So that is good. No need for an alternate cruise altitude. And you know what I forgot to do? I also forgot to get our ADIRs in nav mode. We'll go ahead and get that aligning as well. All right. Now that we've got that set up, let's go ahead and get the APU fired up, shall we? Benny, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome aboard. Evening flight over to Portland, Maine. Glad to have you on board. Jared Brown says, I'm getting my Bravo today. Where should my first flight with it be? I usually fly the Zebo. Man, I would take a Zebo Southwest. You know, I don't know if you're America or not. I would do a Zebo Southwest flight probably. Jonathan says, I've been flying this bird a lot. It's so good. I do like this bird, man. Getting a little bit better with it. Still need more practice. I'm really curious to see how the Bravo will handle flying this today. What I've done is I've actually used the number 1 thrust lever and then what would traditionally be your number 3 thrust lever. So I have a gap between the two throttles there, so it's a little bit wider of a grip, which simulates the real throttles a little bit better than just having two right next to each other. They're almost too small. I get they're smaller because they're trying to make it, you know, a desktop setup here. But if you just put a space in between them like that, don't do the two throttles next to each other. Do throttle 1 and throttle 3 and just bind them to 1 and 2, and it actually feels much more realistic in my opinion. So, have I tried FS2 Crew? I have not, Crow. I have not, man. Alright, so APU is gen in auto, which, oops, it is an auto. There we go. So we no longer need you. I guess you don't disconnect it like that traditionally. Alright, we'll go fuel pumps on. We're going to go auto on our hydraulics. And we already turned our windshield heat on. We're going to set some V-speeds now. Let's come down here. We are going to use a wet runway condition, flaps 8, 2929. We'll go ahead and set all. Instead of doing it manually, it can take a little bit of time. So we've got all our V-speeds set. And we do need a current altimeter setting, which might be close to 299 or 2. He still needs to set the payload in sim unless he did that before stream. So you actually have to change. Let me see here. Oh, we know. Let's see. Where's our fuel? Oh yeah, 9,800 pounds. We only need 5,000. Can I adjust that without resetting the flight? Or do I do set payload in simulator? Oh, so that, it just pulled it out of the sim? Nope, there we go. That got our fuel down. All right. Good call there. We got it set up. That looks good. We're still within limits. We'll go ahead and reset the speeds just in case those changed. But that looks good. All right, let's go ahead and start closing up some stuff here. Let's close that. Let's close that. Let's remove the GPU. Let's close the service door. And then close that.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Alright, here we go. Audio warning, fire detection, external lights, fuel panel, bleed air, APU, hydraulics, ELT, armed, auto on. I believe that's up here. Emergency lights, ELT is armed. Perfect. Cabin pressurization is checked, air conditioning checked, anti-ice checked, window heat low, emergency lights armed, standby checked, nose wheel steering is off, clocks are set, instrument panels checked, upper pedestal checked, thrust lever quadrant checked, avionics checked. What we do need to do, let me come down here, we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and lock trim on. We'll go ahead and turn that on there as well. I don't know why. Is that like a third audio panel? That must be for the jump seater, I'd imagine. Remember, on takeoff, activate Toga on the PFD, either lateral button on the throttle or one of the screws near the course knob. Thank you, Christian. So to get that right there, Toga, we'll do it. What do we got here on the IKIS? Fuel pumps, isolation, packs off, seat belts, everything's shut down. That's normal. Brake pressure, normal. All right, I think we're about ready to push back here. Let's run a before start. Passenger signs on. Landing elevation is auto, semi-set, I guess. Flight, I don't know where it is. Where was it? Landing elevation, 0. It's basically 0. We're landing at sea level, so that works. Altimeters are 29902, FMS check set, IRS align, nav, radios, and navigate set. Takeoff briefing is complete. Beautiful. Up here, beacon light on. Pull the chocks if I didn't already. Removed. I think we're about ready. Now we do need to do a pushback, and I hope it'll actually let me do it now. The electrical system must be turned on in order to use the radio. Uh-oh. What would I be missing? It says the radio is not on. Am I missing something stupid? We don't need the DC service bus. That's for... Yeah, no, we don't need that. I can come back off. What am I missing? They're in auto. Everything looks good. That's closed. That's both engines. That bleed valve is auto. This is all pressurization. That's normal. Let me check over here. Those are testing, engine sinks, anti-skid, ground procs. That all looks normal. We arm that later. Here's our radio panel. VHF is on. 22.8, 2000 standby. I have COM 2 active over here. Let me see if I can... Oh, this isn't that. It's all down there, that middle radio panel. Where would the radios not be set up at? Time for power reverse. We'll try it. Screw it. Let's try a reverse pushback. I wonder if it has to do with VATSIM. Radio off, huh? Well, you know what? Screw it. We won't worry about it. We'll just start them at the gate. We'll do a power back. How's that sound? Clear right. Beacon's on. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2. We'll see if we can do a power back like the old 80. Here comes our N2, 6%. Chris Levin, yeah, we're doing a power reverse. We're gonna be the first to do a CRJ power back. Anthony, what's up, man? Welcome back, dude. We're sitting at the gate. We're ready to go. We're starting up engine numero 2. And then we're going to do a power back. Pretty lackluster there on the start sound. They sound better from inside the cockpit than they do outside, which is kind of weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position.
Go ahead and start engine 1.
In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over
20%.
your
Here we
head.
go.
We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Crow says, I bought this airplane a while back, but I haven't. But the autopilot made my head hurt, so I haven't touched it since. Crow. Hey, man, we'll go over some autopilot stuff here on this flight. It's really not that complicated. You just have to understand the basic modes, and it's different. It's actually very much rudimentary. So once you understand, you're probably overthinking it. Once you kind of get the rudimentary details down, it may be easier for you. We'll go over some autopilot functions here. All right, sounds like we got 2 good starts. Yes, we do. Let's go packs on. We'll go ahead and turn our probe heats on. We will go ahead and shut down the APU. Bleed source is both. Bleed valves are in auto. Shift P does pushback without ATC. Let's see. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Now you tell me. All right, no power back needed. Look, that weather's finally clearing out there. That looks pretty cool. We're going to go fly right through it. Thanks for the, yeah, Shift P. Looks like it got it hooked up. We'll see if it actually starts pushing us back here. Maybe I need to release the brakes. Oh, he's still closing in. There we go. Look at that. We'll go flaps 8. Beautiful. Brakes released. There we go. Now we're moving. Dorian says, "Oh, thank you. Can't thank you enough for the amazing content." Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I appreciate those kind words. Thank you very much. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm glad we got our FS 2020 up and running again. Alexander Bellini, thank you for the 27 reel. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support. He says, hello, V1. Kawadi Monday. Salute to you, my friend. You should put that on a t-shirt. Screw it. Let's power back this thing. Yeah, man, that would be... that's one way to get a call to the chief pilot office. I guarantee you that. We'll go ahead and stop the pushback. Brakes are set. But thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. Got your Kawadi Monday salute right here. Here we go. There's our... Looks like we're done with the pushback. He's driving off. We'll arm the nose wheel steering. Let's come down here to the center console. We're going to arm left and right for that. We are flaps 8. And where is that dome light, or that floodlight's a little much. Let me turn that down. And that's a little too dark. Just a little bit of floodlight juice. There we go. You got to get your lighting set just right. All right, checklist. Let's do an after start. Generators are auto. Electrics checked. Bleed valves auto. Packs on. APU is off. Anti-ice is on or off. Nose wheel steering is armed. APU SOV door open. So we should be able to do that. And then that should close it. Door closing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get out of here. I hope you're ready to get up to Portland, Maine. Let's do it. Let's do these awful taxi lights that do absolutely nothing. And I'm actually going to turn on the nose light as well. All right, here we go. Let's roll. so much nicer taxiing the airplane on the ground with proper throw on your thrust levers. It makes such a big difference. Such a big difference. Let me turn that range down a little bit. All right, we're going to find our way to 1-3. We'll come out here, make a left. I believe we can actually just go here, 10-9. Yeah, we're coming out over here. We'll take a, what's that, Bravo or Victor all the way back. Down to 1-3. We'll take a Victor here. Actually, Victor's off to the left. Whatever taxiway this is, we're going to take it. Looks good to me. Chris says, okay, so now we all miss seeing a self-powered pushback on the stream. Thanks, whoever mentioned that. Were you guys looking forward to that power back in the CRJ? Oh, man, we'll get it next time. All right, we got 10,000 set on the altitude. I'm curious if we'll go flight director. Flight director. I'm just curious if these buttons work over here on the Bravo. Look at that. Nav, FMS1. It does work. That is so cool. That's clutch. Having these panels, buttons up here, I got to do some tweaking. I want to put my scroll on. I don't know which one it's set to, but I'd like to be able to set it to either heading or speed, maybe. All right, we're going to transition to the outer here. Steve Van, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. He says, happy to see the CRJ today. Excellent. Glad you guys are happy to see this airplane. When you raise the landing gear in the cabin, there's always a chime. Do you know why that is? Are you talking about in the CRJ or the Airbus? Hey, Captain, would you wish the 320 would have... What is it you wish the 320 would have that other aircrafts have? Hey man, if you want to have a whole list of Airbus versus Boeing, consider becoming a member to the channel. For the first, I don't know, 6 or 8 podcasts I did, we always started off with Boeing versus Airbus. And every time I did it on the podcast, I did one thing that Airbus does that I like over Boeing, and then I also did one thing that Boeing does over the Airbus. So I'm sure I got a whole list of them on there, but just off the top of my head, if there's anything that I wish the Airbus had, proper VNAV, which my wish is coming true with FMS2, so really nothing to worry about there. I love the Airbus, man. It's a great airplane. I know a lot of people talk about it in the Discord. I see everyone, oh, I want to fly this airplane when I get there. Do you ever, want to fly a different airplane? At the end of the day, guys, when your career, when your day-to-day job is flying an airplane, you just want the best possible tool, right? So yeah, I love flying the 727 around or the 74-200 around, but in reality, what would I rather pick, that or an A320 to go do my day-to-day job? I'm going to go with the latest and greatest technology, because pilots in general are very mission oriented, and you always want to stack the cards in your favor for completing the mission successfully, right? On a lot of days, it's really nothing to worry about, right? Weather's decent, things are fine, but there are those times where the weather is extremely poor. Maybe you have some broken things on your airplane, maybe you got, some deferred items. So you really want to have, looks like someone is landing on, what's that, 2-2? We'll make sure to hold short of that. You want the best possible tools for the job, and I think the Airbus is one of the best at that. I don't know if that guy's got landing gear down or not, but almost looks like he XP'd it there. We'll see. Maybe he does have landing gear down. Yeah, he does. What I should do is I'm going to hold short of the runway here, and then looks like that guy just stopped. Somebody in the prop. Alright. Clearing 2-2. Oh my gosh. We got a guy in a 7-4 doing his thing. A 747 off runway 4 in LaGuardia, huh? Alright, well, we're clear left. Traffic's on about a 2-mile final, clear right. Let's go ahead and cross. Well, we really should be on Unicom. Power Set, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, what's going on out there? All kinds of stuff going on there. All right, we're clear of 2-2. We'll go ahead and shut those back off, kill those strobe lights again. And I do want to set the radio up before departure. I wonder if I can dip down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Fubar, you picked up on that? Hey man, it's all in love. I'm just teasing. But yeah, I thought it was funny. That was one of the best streams, man. That was hilarious when that happened. Look, I get it, man. When you're streaming, you'd be surprised at how much you miss that you would normally never miss if you're just flying by yourself. For some reason, once that live button goes blue on YouTube and you start streaming, you end up tuning out a lot of things. Could mess you up. All right, so we should be on 22.8. Let me do a radio call here real quick. Mic check on 122.8. Let me verify my push to talk is set. No, it is. Okay. Radio check on 122.8. Altitude on, and it's on squawk. Alright, cool. Guess it'll auto. Alright. LaGuardia traffic. Chautauqua 357 will be departing runway 13 to the north. LaGuardia. Alright, we got 10,000 blue. Let's do a checklist here. It's probably a good thing. Before takeoff checklist. Lights and strobes, fuel flow manual, flight attendant advised, transponder on, and terrain and TCAS set and checked. So what I do want to do, let's go ahead and turn on the weather radar. Hold on, before we take the runway, let me figure out where that is. It is here. Not painting anything on the ground. Cool. Alright, whatever. Slide it up, let's get out of here. Nightbot's still promoting Simwings. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to knock that out. Maybe we should keep it. Takeoff config, trust reversers, arms, seatbelts, and no smoking on the ICAS. I think we're looking good. Your 4-year-old boy asked if I'm going to make a low pass with my airplane. I'm not going to be able to make a low pass, but what we'll do is we'll do when we take off, we'll do an outside shot here. Let's go ahead and set her up. We want to be looking back towards the city, right? We'll be right here on this view. We do have a replay mod installed, so we'll be able to do replay once we get to Portland. That is good. Don't forget the Toga. I won't forget it, man. So it's in roll pitch. Now somebody's on the runway in front of me. Oh, after I go to climb thrust? I gotcha. What's this gentleman doing up in front of us here? I wonder, did I screw up my I had live traffic off. I'm gonna come back down here. Why are you still in standby? Why the hell are you still in standby mode? Screw it. He gone. Let's do it. I'm gonna hit Toga once we go to max thrust here. It didn't pick it up, Christian. It says sink. We'll figure it out. Don't need no stinking flight directors. V1, rotate. Whoa, positive rate. Gear up. Since I don't follow the flight director, I'm gonna just turn it off. What I should have done is the Whitestone climb. Basically a right turn real quick and then a left turn. I'll check it in a second, Diamond. There's acceleration altitude. Let's go ahead and start lowering that nose a little bit. Climb thrust. By the radar, you said there's a switch? Yeah, we were ripping out of there today. Look at that shot, though. Lap 0. I need to get the brightness back a little bit here too. These are ATCs and VHF1, man. Right here. COM 1, NAV 1. Yeah, it got real dark, Chris. I don't know why. I saw that too. These all got dark. That's right, let's go ahead and spin our heading bug around. And what we'll do is we'll actually set up a nav, which is direct to, let's go direct to Calverton, execute, nav, FMS pitch, I want to go speed, and I want to accelerate to 50. I feel like my flight directors are bugged out here. What is going on with this? Alright. Oh, that's altitude capture. We'll keep going. 290 is set. I don't remember having these issues last time. Next to the column's radio panel, set ATT selector from standby to 1. Next to the Collins radio, this is on. Oh. Well, that's stupid. That still doesn't fix my flight director issue, though. What's going on with my flight directors now? Roll pitch, nav. I'm going to try this. Autopilot. Uh-oh. My autopilot's not even engaging. Jeez. Rex, what's going on, man? We're live. We're in a struggle bus all of a sudden here. I got nothing working. Where's Phantom when you need him? Unless something is just bugged out on me. We're FMS 1. And if I go to speed mode, climb, why isn't my flight director moving? We're way out of 10. We'll go ahead and get our lights off. We'll go ahead and turn the logo and the wing light off as well. Everything else is fine. We can disarm the reversers. FMS 1. The struggles begin. Disarm that. I don't know why our flight directors are not engaging. These are all in auto. All our hydraulics are set. Everything is normally... Just pretend the autopilot and flight directors are in op. That's going to piss me off. Alright, 29... What is that? Ice? Beautiful. Let's come back up here. Just what I needed. No autopilot, no flight directors, and now we're picking up icing. Let's enjoy some wing views. What the hell? Screw it. We're gonna have to fly this whole flight with no autopilot, no flight director. If I figure out that I'm missing something and I set something up wrong, that's fine. But if I figure out that this airplane is just like it's all of a sudden just bugging out on me, I'm gonna really be pissed. But I still have a feeling it's something I forgot. We can also sync our baro. I know you're in a super weird spot. Set standard, there we go. We're in climb thrust. We're going to lower that nose a little bit now. We can accelerate a little bit. We're still nabbing fine. Picking altitude mode, it doesn't matter. Roll pitch, speed hold. Like if I dial the speed back, autopilot does not want to engage, period. There is no autopiloto wanting to engage, but I'm not even getting an audible warning. So this airplane is absolutely bugged out. Gina Hoffman says, at least you sorted the graininess, fuzziness. Hey man, well, at least we did one thing right. Alright, let's not... This flight director is going to drive me nuts if I'm following him. Alright, so let's lower the nose. Let's fly the airplane here. I want to set my speed bug 250 knots. I wonder if it's something to do with the Bravo. Maybe I spoke too soon about the Bravo being awesome. Oh my gosh, now we're descending. Crow says that problems with the autopilot, my surprise. I must... Yeah, Crow, you jinxed us, dude. Well, the autopilot is not... Like, look, there's nothing. Disconnect, engage, it just goes roll pitch mode. And I can't change it from there. It's completely bugged out. Good old flight simulator. Alright, so if we're going to fly around in needles manually flying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. I'm going to change the format. I think I'm going to leave it... we'll leave it like that so I can see here. I wish I could change this format. We'll just get a block altitude. HOTAS autopilot, disconnect twice. Is the yaw damper not on? Nothing. Nothing, dude. Absolutely nothing. No juice on the autopilot. Perfinet, VNAV, yep, that's all been set, man. Of course, it's IMC the whole flight, too. Hold on, let's make a turn here at Yankee Road, at, what is this? Skogs. Let's get back on course. We're going to keep climbing up. We're just flying our old school. Maybe 250 was a little bit aggressive. Let's go Mach hold. Now I can't even change to Mach hold. Yeah. 200 on the speed. Time for a cabin announcement. Make them nervous. Hold on. Let's get her. Let's fly the airplane first. We'll get back on course here on this turn. Press the left yaw damper only and try that. I'll try that here in a second. Let me get her on course. We're in climb thrust, Brandon. Let me just make sure she's totally set there. Alright, hands off. We're good. Alright. Come back down here. The stab trim is working. Disconnect the yaw damper. Okay, so the yaw damper is off. Yaw damper left only. Autopilot engage. Speed. No flight director. This is a bug. Doesn't matter what I select for speed, the flight director is not moving. So if I set a speed of like 170, this flight director bar should move up, and the aircraft should at least say, "Hey, pitch up," because I want to slow down. If I scroll it up, the flight director bar should go down, so it pitches over. So the flight director is clearly not even working properly, and I'm not even getting an engage light there with the autopilot. So it's clearly some sort of bug, which is extremely frustrating because I was just talking about how much I like this airplane. Brandon M, I'll try all that in a second. Let me get up to cruise altitude first. Fubar, no autopilot, you're restricted to be on RV. Yeah, no RVSM airspace above 29. So we'll give ourselves a block, or what is RVSM, Gustavo? Gosh, I don't remember. Is it 29? Or 31? Somewhere around there? We'll give ourselves a block from 29 to 25. We'll give ourselves 4,000 foot block. Or actually, you know what we'll do? We're going to set 28,000. That way, if we end up climbing a little bit, we may be able to catch it. So we're gonna plan to level at 28. We'll give ourselves a block of 29 and 27. So let's go ahead and get up here. Trinidad said, "I guess after that XP no landing gear down joke, I bet he heard you jinx my CRJ." Exactly, man. The autopilot disconnect should be in the up position. Okay, so up position, autopilot engage, speed mode, altitude capture. Let's see what happens. Nothing is going to happen, I guarantee you, because the airplane is up here, the flight director's down here. Alright, so there it is. Let's go ahead and lower the nose manually. Let's go ahead and bring that thrust back. Man thrust. We're going to shut off both flight directors. Actually, they're synced, so it doesn't matter. Both flight directors are off. Let's go ahead. And we're going to be cruising in the clouds the whole way there. This is going to be the most miserable stream for you guys to watch. I apologize ahead of time. Alright, let me get her stabled out here. 28,000 feet. We'll walk some of that thrust back. Avionics on the Alpha are set. I'll reset them. Avionics on the Alpha reset. Yeah, I thought it was that too, because I've had that bug as well. Oh, great. Now we're getting in turbulence. I have my avionics on the Alpha yoke. They are on, guys. And now we've entered some light chop. Beautiful sunset. Avionics bus 1 is on the Alpha yoke. Disconnecting both yaw dampers. Yaw damper 1. Autopilot engage. Nothing. It's bugged out, dudes. I'm telling you, it is straight up bugged out. Might as well kill the engines and show us some magic. How long do we have to go here? 68 next. You'll break out at 33. Oh, there we go. We're gonna keep climbing up then. Let's go up. Let's keep going. Let's go. Let's see if we can maybe get up to 29. Maybe we do a diversion. Turn the flight directors back on. Wait a second. I thought I saw altitude select in white. See, the autopilot's not engaging at all. Back to X-plane. Exactly, man. Well, she seems to be happy at like 28.2. Well, sure is pretty. Brandon M, I've tried that, dude. It's not going to work, bro. It's completely bugged out. It has nothing to do with the speed mode here. Flight director's off. Autopilot is in the up position. Set a lower thrust. I'll set idle thrust. Set a higher altitude. I've got 33 set. Select speed mode. Select nav mode. And nothing, dude. Look, absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, it's bugged. I may not be a smart man, but I know when an airplane is bugged. It's either bugged or it's something, there's like either a crosstalk or the switch is not on when it should be on, like on my yoke, but my avionics on my Alpha are on. Alright, well. We'll just fly it like this. We might run out of gas on the way there. Maybe go to the options, see if there's a key down on the peripherals. Problem between keyboard and chair not being reported anywhere else. I don't think there's anything special in here that I would have done. Has nothing to do with single queue. What if I put autopilot yoke sensitivity on high? Is it getting some noise from something? Nope. See, whenever the flight director just does not line up, it means that it's not talking at all. Like there is something definitely bugged. Anyway, we'll fly it like this. What's the issue? The airplane is broken, man. I know it's worked before, so it may just be something with the Bravo, maybe? I've flown this airplane probably close to 10 times total, once on stream. Never had this issue before. So this is what happens when bugs arise. Like, something is conflicting somewhere. Yeah, Orlo Mitch, I agree. Microsoft Flight Simulator controller options. I mean, what would we be looking for? I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you want to look for autopilot? I mean, joy button 4, autopilot master. That's to toggle it. Let's clear it. Actually, let's, you know what? Let's leave that one. Let's go Bravo. Let's go autopilot and autopilot master. Let's clear this one because that's the only thing new. That's the only thing new. So we're going to go back, apply and save, go back, resume. Whoa there. I shouldn't have went into the option menu. Why did it just deploy all my flaps? Holy crap, it just deployed all the flaps to full. Okay, we're not doing that again. Brandon M. I'm telling you, bro, that's not gonna fix it. Now we gotta recover from a high altitude stall. So anytime you open the settings menu, do you guys get that? Where it just kind of goes wonky? Like it deployed all the flaps when I went into the settings menu there. Your FMS should read FMS 1 and climb X speed. Nothing. FMS 1, it's got the climb speed, but the autopilot is just not engaging. That's the problem. Alright, we're somewhat stable. We're getting on. I'm done with it. I'm done troubleshooting it. We're gonna fly it this way. Anthony Anderson, I know, right when I was starting to enjoy Microsoft again. Right when I was starting to enjoy it. Right when I was starting to enjoy it again. I'm gonna just keep climbing up here a little bit so we get out of the clouds. We're not gonna let it ruin us. Option menu deploying bugs is another bug. Get that all the time. All right. They'll sort it out in a few years. Just gotta be patient. Glenn, thanks, bud. Hey, we're all right. Yeah, definitely bugged out. In the words of XP, airplane, what are you doing? Oh man, I need XP here right now. I wanted to have a nice, chill stream. Man, it makes me so pissed. I just want to Alt F4 and X-plane this thing. Jungle Sim says it's a broken sim and a long way off from being stable, unfortunately. Yeah. I hear you, Jungles. Where's my fella 7.4? I'm done. I am so done with Microsoft. Just right now, anyway. That's alright. We're getting ready to go over the top of Boston here in about 40 miles. Keep tracking. I'm keeping her in that climb. If we get above 33, we might be able to top all this weather. Then we're going to have to shoot back down on a rapid descent. The CRJ 200 is living up to its name today, exactly. Yeah, what a shame, man. Hey. It is what it is. That's why you gotta stick to the Neo. I know. I almost flew the Neo, but I was feeling so... I was like, man, this airplane has been treating me so well. Like, I'm not crazy. I know you guys think that I didn't do something right here. Yaw Nipper 2 in op. I'll turn it back on. But just checking my iCast there. Yeah, see, our yaw dampers work. There's no failed thing. It's clearly just some sort of bug. And I know it's a bug because there is no reaction from the flight director whatsoever. So something is clearly bugged there. But that's alright. Maybe it has something to do with... I can't imagine it has something to do with the Bravo. What would... I mean... I don't know. Showed the Max some love, Jared Brown? Anthony, I don't know, dude. I have no idea. Felix 7-4. Yeah, we could take the 7-4 from LaGuardia to Portland, Maine, do the harbor visual in the 7-4. Hell, that'd be one heck of a stream. Yeah, Fubar. That's the thing is I haven't had any issues with this airplane yet. But I mean that's why they call bugs bugs, right? Because you typically don't have issues until all of a sudden you do. Yeah, I have ice on the ECAM because we have ice apparently outside. I know the altitude horn went off. We're just going to keep going. We'll try to get above some of this stuff, and then we'll do a dive, descent down to the harbor. It's a catastrophe, but a beautiful catastrophe. Exactly. We won't let it define the whole stream. More CRJ shenanigans. Joe Vaughn, I hear you, bud. X-Plane 12, where you at? But I mean, look how beautiful the lighting is here. You cannot deny the beauty of the sim. Paul, yeah, I don't think it's the Bravo either. I just said that because that's the only thing that I've changed. So naturally, I would think, okay, well, what is the one thing that I've changed since the last time I flew the airplane, didn't have any problems? It would be the Bravo. But that's not even entirely true because I did a test flight with the Bravo and it worked fine. So I know that there's something else going on. Maybe it's just this one time I loaded in. But, you know, Orlando Mitch, I thought that initially too, but then why would it work on the test flight? So, well, she seems to want to hold 330 right here, right in the tops. We need to correct left. Let's go ahead and resync up the box here. What we're going to do, let's do a direct do. Let's try to shorten this flight up as much as possible. We're going to go direct to Kennebunk, execute that. Uh-oh. My box is even messed up. Look at that. I got some type of line. Something is really messed up here. You see this? Like, it wants me to return back. Alright, let's go ahead and change that page. Let's just fly in straight up needles. Hey, we're on the top. Make a slight right turn. Go track out direct to Kennebunk. Are clouds this high realistic? Absolutely. I've seen clouds, you know, tops above 60,000 feet. Getting some hand flying time in. Unreal. Brandon M. I hear you. He says every stream with that CRJ goes bad is almost always pilot error. Well, Brandon M., I've got over 10,000 flight hours. I've tested this airplane a dozen times. I think I know when an airplane is not working properly. So, you know, I appreciate your input, but I'm pretty sure that this is a bug. And what I can guarantee you, this is what is telling me it's a bug. If the autopilot was just not engaging and the flight director was moving, whether I commanded it in heading or speed, then I would think, okay, there's maybe a conflicting bind with the, well, see, there's Kennebunk over there. What am I doing? I would think maybe there's a conflicting binding, but the fact that the flight director is completely non-responsive tells me that there's something bugged with the airplane. So we're going to try to do this old school green needles way. Check this out. So even my flight plan is messed up. So I'm going to go back here. Let's close this out. Let's go to Kennebunk. We're going to track this 17.1. Let's see if I can figure this out. So nav radio, I want to go here. I want to go nav actual 17.1. Okay, so that is the active. Now I want to change the source to nav 1, or VOR 1. See that? Why is it not even wanting to pick up VOR 1? See that? Something is bugging out. This airplane is clearly cursed. I'm not even... See, it wants to pick it up for a second, and then it stops. So, that's on course to SAP. VOR 1. Kennebunk is right there. You see it? You see how it flickers over to it, and then it stops tracking it? Gustavo, you're 100% right, dude. He says that it's pilot error, the pilot is phantom, but you're the captain. Exactly. You see this flickering? So it's struggling to even pick up Kennebunk VOR, which it clearly should pick up. It's a high altitude VOR. We're almost 80 miles away from it. When all else fails, we can VFR map it. I'm determined now. We're gonna get to Portland. Whether we ride, you know, we're ghosting in there without any engines or anything. We're gonna get to Portland. We're gonna figure this thing out. Was looking for the second stream and crashed for a second. Be very impressed if you land this thing. Roger Moore. We're gonna try, dude. So here's how we're gonna get there. My nav radio is not even working. I can see Portland on the ND. We are going to fly directly to Portland, and we're going to get down below this cloud layer, and we're going to get there. It's kind of like the ATIS, yeah. Yeah, the ATIS, how it was giving me a hard issue there. I'm going to try nav 2, just out of curiosity, on Kennebunk VOR. Let's see if this makes a difference. And I'm going to go source it to nav 2. Or troubleshooting. Nav 2 can't even pick up Kennebunk VOR. That's not a good thing. I've seen less bugs on the JAR 330, and that's saying something. Oh my gosh. You're right, man. Alright, so if our nav radios are jacked, how can I salvage this? Is there a secondary flight plan? There is. What if I just do LaGuardia to PWM? Oh, look at me trying to get all Airbus on this thing. LaGuardia, KPWM. I'm going to go departure arrival. I'm just doing something basic here. Secondary, and then that's LaGuardia. How do I go? Departure arrival index, secondary flight plan Portland. ILS 29 vectors off Kennebunk. Okay. Secondary flight plan. Activate the secondary. So now in the flight plan, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct Pete. Execute. Okay, now we're going to have one hell of a time getting down. Check this out. Look at that. Hey, we salvaged the box. We've salvaged the box. FMS Course 1 to Pete. We're 61 miles out. We're at 36,000 feet. Our block altitude of 29 to 39 pretty much here. Hey, at least we have a navigation to Pete. There we go. Things are looking up, guys. Things are looking up. This is troubleshooting 101. Alright, so runway 29. So let me go ahead and pull up the actual Portland charts here. Let's just go into the book. I'm not too worried about the altitude right now, as long as we're maintaining 1G. Approach ILS runway 29. Now, if we were You know, could you imagine this? This is not something that wouldn't just be totally unrealistic. But if you had no auto thrust, which I've seen in the Airbus, or maybe you had an autopilot in op, which I've seen in Embraers before, and you're hand flying, that flight becomes extremely task sharing and all about managing workload, because that one pilot that's flying that leg, that's literally all he's going to do. He's going to stare at his PFD and he's going to fly the airplane, while the non-flying pilot does pretty much everything else. So I'm not too worried about maintaining an altitude here, because I'm trying to stream, trying to read some chat messages and set up for the approach. So we know Pete's at 1700, and that is just pretty much south of the islands where we want to turn in. If you guys saw the last stream, you know we got to do, basically there's 3 islands that we're going to hit. We're going to split them up, but we do need to get down. So as beautiful as this is above the clouds here, let's just embrace this before we do an emergency descent. Gustavo, here comes an emergency descent. Other Jason, you know what's funny about a sextant is, I was just speaking with one of the guys in V-Spirit. He told me there's a sextant, or a, what is it, an app where you can navigate from the stars for the DC-6. Could you imagine trying to navigate a DC-6 with a sextant? Alright, here we go. We are 60 some miles out, 45 miles out now. Power's coming to idle. Flight director's off, because I've always been trained, if the flight director's on, follow the flight director. You don't really ever want to fly through the flight director. So flight director's not working, so we're going to shut it off. We're going to be pitching power. We're going to go spoid brake out. I don't know what the emergency descent speed is for this puppy, but we're going to find out here. We're a little bit right, of course. We got to get down 45 miles. I want to be at 3,000 feet at least as we get ready to go over the terrain. Is there a way to put a map on this? That would be nice. Is there a map mode, like terrain? Oh, that's inhibit. We don't want to do that. I wonder if there's a way to put terrain mode on there. There's the altitude alert. I know we're descending through that. Air data's all normal. Can I go map mode? Not really. Alright, nose it over. Here we go. Keep coming down. Now, just make sure that's disconnected. Keep coming down. Oh, look at that shot. That's pretty beautiful right there. Pretend it's a loss of cabin pressure. I don't know the emergency descent procedure in the CRJ. Would you lower the gear? Yeah, fly guy, your ears are probably going to start popping here. I mean, look at that. Look at those adorable little spoid brakes out there. Little eyelashes on that wing. So cute. All right, here we go. Look at that 260 indicator. We're doing 6,000 feet a minute. 30 miles out. We should be at 10,000 and 250, so we're definitely pretty high. We've got the anti-ice on still as we descend through here. Do we still need it? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and kill it. Give us a little performance back. The NTSB has determined probable cause of the accident is several disruptions in various aircraft systems and subsequent workload affecting pilots' ability to complete their tasks. That sounds about right. That's scary. That's scary how accurate that sounds. But man, she does not want to come down. I gotta kind of drive it forward here, don't I? Hopefully we'll get below the cloud layer. Radar terrain left of MFD mode selector. Radar terrain. Terrain mode up. There we go, nice. So do I have to change the format at all? Is it modeled? To be fair, I don't know what the terrain mode, it says terrain. I don't know what the terrain mode looks like on a CRJ, if it paints a map or not. but sometimes I can help you on this approach. We may end up having to go a little bit past Pete. Let's give ourselves a delay vector to the left. Let's spin it around. Yep, now we're descending through an ice layer. We'll go ahead and get those back on. Whoa, watch the unusual attitude there, cowboy. Man, 10,000 feet a minute. We're not overspeeding it. I need a real CRJ driver in here to see. Peter Green, we could salvage this. We're gonna get down, man. Hopefully the clouds are. Oh, I'm starting to break out a little bit. Wow, talk about sky colors, huh? Looks like I'm flying into a volcano. I am determined to get this airplane on the ground now. Wow, look at that sun. Are you kidding me? A little bit over dramatic, if I must say, but okay, here's the islands. Here's where's Cape Elizabeth? Uh-oh, watch the speed, watch the speed. Speed check. Through 10, let's get our lights on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give myself a delay vector. I'm going to do one left 360. We're going to keep coming down. Bank angle check. Jungles. It's really quiet. It's kind of creepy. Wow, look at that, though. Yeah, I should talk with 357. What are you doing? Oh, we're just doing a 360 to get some views here of the sun. Wow. Wow. Are we on Mars? It looks like it, dude. Look at this. I would be scared if the sky was that red. Alright, we're 6. We got 3,000 feet to go. We're actually not even overspeeding too fast. We're still only about 270 knots, so we've got her down. Now we're going to try the harbor visual at night. Should be fun. QNH. I can't even pick up the QNH, man, because the radio keeps like clicking off and on. So we'll go ahead and arm the nose wheel steering for landing. We'll go ahead and arm both of those. Reverse thrust armed. Alright, there's 3,000. We'll go ahead and level her out now. Now we can start flying the airplane like we're supposed to. Stow the spoid brakes. Probably don't need the ice anymore. We'll go ahead and kill that. Wow, it's getting way too dark for this approach now. How come all the approaches I do seem to be at night? I wanted to be sunset. Plainly says, see, a beautiful catastrophe. Hey, even our flight attendants are still alive.
We are about to land. Please notice the cabin lights have been turned off, as this is a normal procedure for a nighttime landing.
Wow. Yeah, we're definitely landing on Mars. And our flight attendants are still alive, and I have lost the islands. Okay, it's up there. Alright, we're back at it, guys. Normal flight now. You see nothing. 2,000 feet, 210 knots. I don't want to do this completely at dark. That defeats the whole purpose. Let's go ahead and back it up just a little bit. How about right there? That's at least a little bit more realistic looking than that red. Alright, 3,000 feet. Trim it out, trim it out. There we go. We're looking good now. B key will set current QNH? Really? Just automatically? 29 or 83. Thank you. I did not know that. That is a great little shortcut. Alright, here's our islands. I believe Ram Island. I think this is Ram right here. So we're going to dip out around this island. We're going to set up for the approach up the harbor to Portland. Let's see if we can do some sort of a checklist here. Descent checklist. We've done all that. None of it works before landing. Some of it works. We should be good to go. I'm going to do a nice constant descent here. I'm not entirely sure what the CRJ profile would be for slowing up on this one. I'm aiming to go probably config full, just like we did in the Airbus, right as we turn up the river, or up the harbor, I should say. Looking to be about 2,000 feet, 180 knots as we go over Ram Island. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. So we're 2,600 descending, starting to slow down. See, the Bravo throttles are working beautifully. I love having this. It's a game changer. Trying to hand fly with that thrust window of 1 inch on the TCA, just it's so difficult. I mean, because you move it a quarter of an inch and you just went 40% of your travel range. This feels so much better to me. All right, I'm going to come idle here. Let's just hold it right here. Oh, we got to start replay mode. We have replay mode. Let me start recording. Record. Alright, we're recording. A little bit of spoid break here, get my speed back to that flap 1 speed. Flap 1. Wow, look at that. Alright, so we're a little bit lower than I want it to be. 180 knots. Drop in flaps 2. Try to fly the airplane here. I didn't check my landing speeds. Set all. VREF 134 is what we're looking for.
1,000.
Fort George is right over there. Flaps 20. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and start configuring. We'll go landing gear down. Gosh, I really want to get low on this airplane. Let's just level it off there. Alright, flaps full. And there's our approach speed, 134. Coming out of the turn, looking for about 500 here as we roll around the corner. We're on speed, we're on path. That looks good.
500.
Maximum says, try not to clean up the airplane until replay. Alright. Whoa.
300.
Verbal there. Alright, so we'll taxi to the gate with the flaps config full. How's that? That way it'll look correct on the replay mode. I don't know why we got 2 control towers there.
200.
Man, I'm really struggling to not get low.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Jeez. Reverse screen. Deselling. Well, we'll go to the next one. Oh, we had our lights on. The lights don't seem very good as far as ground lighting, as far as lighting up the runway and stuff. Whew. That was ugly. I don't know about that. I don't know what was going on with all that nonsense, man. I had to keep using a ton of nose-up trim. Alright, we're going to taxi to the gate with our config full so we can check the replay. Gosh. Hey, we're on the ground, though.
Until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
We just flew from LaGuardia to Portland, Maine with zero automation and a bugged out nav system. Completely bugged out. I couldn't even get nav 1 to track. I think the red flag should have been when I went up here. This. The fact that this says radio off when everything is on should... I'm gonna stop recording. That should be the red flag, I think. Because why is that saying radio's off when everything is clearly on? So, I don't know if it's I mean, I added replay mode. Do you think replay mode, this little replay thing, would mess with the systems? I can't imagine that. Got some nice air. Let's go park next to a real airplane over here. I know the RJ's parked over here, but let's go park next to this Airbus here. I'm leaving all the lights on because I want to see it in replay mode. So we're just gonna go right up here. I'm not even gonna shut it down. We're just gonna pull in next to this American 319 Neo, which I wish I was flying right now instead of this thing, which is a shame because I was really starting to like this airplane. And I'm gonna stop short of the gate because it's in the safety zone. So yeah, this is not clear. Safety zone is not clear. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and set the brake. Now let's try replay mode. God, that was exhausting. I wanted a nice chill flight in the CRJ, and it had nothing but frustrations and bugs. Oh well. Disconnect from VATSIM. Does that make a difference to ATC? Nothing. No. Yeah, I don't know what it could be. All right, let's throw this into replay mode. And hey, look at that. We'll stand by on the sail music just for a minute.
Captain, aborted the takeoff. Please remain in your seat.
Let's watch this. Peter Green says, gives an appreciation for the old days when there was no automation and they just had to hand fly by hours, or had to fly by hand for hours at a time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, so maybe I should have cleaned it up. Because now this shows the gear down. I guess that's normal. That's pretty cool, though, coming in here over the islands. Noiser said, I thought I saw that ATC off screen after some setting and options for ATC had turned off after some update. Might be mistaken, though. I don't know, because it wasn't there the last stream. We used pushback on the last stream. So there we are, splitting the islands. Look at this. This is cool, though. So we split the islands. Fort George is over here. And then I forget what the name of that little island is, and you basically hit that and turn left. I mean, that's pretty nice. Look at that, though. Here, I'm going to sit on this angle here. A little boat down there in the water. Crow, you ended up in the dirt. Oh, man. Let's see what the wing up view. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is a good shot. Yes, flight recorder. FCR, Crow. Plainly, yep. When I moved in the cockpit, just the big shadows, yeah. I don't know what that was all about, the lights changing in the cockpit there. But this is cool, though, seeing the actual proper harbor. You got tanks over there. Nice Microsoft bridge right there. Oh, you clean up everything but engines and it works fine? I'll try that on the next one. Alright, we're going to watch her come in here.
500.
I'll play it back a couple times. We'll see a couple different replays. But this was a short notice, last minute stream. Again, wanted to force myself to learn more CRJ. Unfortunately, this one went south real quick. But I appreciate you hanging in there with me.
300.
Always doing a stream like this kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know why. It just sucks. But it is what it is. I still enjoyed completing the flight, believe it or not, from A to B. We did it. We navigated, even though we had to just stare at the little airport on the ND screen and fly towards it.
100.
But theoretically, we really didn't do anything bad. I think we oversped the flaps a little bit there when we came out of the options. And
50.
we had one hell of a descent rate.
30.
But we semi-got her down realistically. I think we would have all survived.
20.
The next stream, ladies and gentlemen, I think is going to be our first leg to Honolulu in the 74200 back in my sim of choice. X-Plane. How do I back up this? Pause it. Oh, there we go. Cool. So be looking for that one. I'm not sure when I'm going to schedule it yet. We might do one more stream just prior to starting that 7.4 over to Asia. Once we fly over to Asia for real, we're going to be staying there for quite some time. We'll try not to hop around. We're going to stay in Asia, fly all around Asia, and then we'll eventually make our trip back to the mainland of the USA. So I hope to see you for that. Mod sponsors, thank you for hanging out with me tonight on this interesting live stream. Everyone else hanging out in chat, I appreciate it. Hit the like button for me if you can on the way out. It was a lot of work. And if you do like this content and want to see more Microsoft stuff, leave a comment below. Say, hey, let's see if we can get some more Microsoft content, because I want to love the sim. I want to love the sim. But streams like this make it hard for me. Anyway, we'll see you on the next time. I'm V1. Stay safe, stay healthy. See ya.
Sink.